Hi, Marilyn O'Malley here of MarilynO'Malley.com, and today I'm going to share with you the Highly Sensitive Guide to Holiday Travel. And you can use this for other times of travel also, but today I'm going to share with you how you can care for yourself and plan for travel so it's not going to deplete you or drain you of your holiday spirit. I see a lot of my clients get overwhelmed, overstimulated, and over-aroused during the holidays and when it comes to traveling. So I have what I call the three P's to help you make traveling the best experience that you can have, and in order to not get over-aroused, overstimulated, or overwhelmed. And those three P's are plan, prepare, and pleasure. So just remember 3 P's: planning, preparing, and pleasure. So, one of the things that happens with highly sensitives is that we get overwhelmed when we have too much on our plate at once, or that there's a lot of things that have to happen in a short amount of time, or that there's too much going around us that becomes overstimulating, and if we can't get away from it or have our own time, if we're not taking care of ourselves, it really starts to wear on us, and we don't enjoy that at all. So planning. So here's the thing, plan to succeed. So if you concentrate and set yourself up to succeed, or to have joy, to be calm and have fun during the holidays and during your travel, when you're setting your expectations on having that happen versus, oh my God, I don't want to do this, this is going to be too much, it's going to be too overwhelming, I know I'm not going to like it. See the difference in your mindset there, so that you're actually planning and dreading the experience versus setting yourself up and how can I be organized and set this up in such a way that I really have a good experience. And I just did this with one of my clients for Thanksgiving, and she really had a totally different experience because she planned for it. And so what do we want to do? I have my list here. If you see me looking down, that I always bring my list, so I'm not going to forget anything. So plan. So number one, if you're flying or you're, make sure that try to figure out the best time to fly, and that would be work for you, looking at your schedule and everything. Don't do things last minute, because then you're getting the end of the package, you're getting what's left over. And make it so that you have choices. And so if you have choices, then you can pick the best choice for you. So like if you're flying, being able to pick your seat. And sometimes I would say, it's probably less stressful for you to be more in the front of the plane than it is in the back of the plane. And sometimes paying, $50 more, $35 more for that aisle seat or for the window seat, or to be further up in the cabin, is worth your peace of mind. So if you can do that, plan that out, and that will really help you. So planning the long term, when am I traveling? So you might travel a little bit before the major rushes of travel and come back on the same, come back a little bit after everybody else is coming back. Or plan a lot of times too, traveling on the day of Thanksgiving or Christmas or Hanukkah, whatever. Some of those days are actually a nice day to travel because not everybody else is. And so anyway, planning that way. Also, I say, for us, it's really important, like, pack before the day you have to leave. Don't do last minute packing. Don't be doing things that are putting pressure on you, and like, oh my God, and then you're worrying about what you're going to forget, and you start to feel all stressed and overwhelmed too. So make it so that your bags are packed, the day before or 2 days before, so you don't have to worry about that. Everything's ready to go. All you have to do is go. And then, so before you go, then what you can do is you can have on the day of, right, is make sure that you meditate, that you calm yourself, that you go grounding, you do a walk or a workout, so you get your energy flowing and you feel very grounded. You can plan to have the pleasure things, which I'll talk about in a minute. So you're making sure that you're eating and sleeping well. You don't want to stay up packing the night before, so you're exhausted. You plan to bring food, so if there's certain things that you're anxious about, support those. Like, I always bring snacks for me, and buy water after I get in, so I don't have to wait for the stewardess or wherever I'm at. I have what I need, so I'm not overwhelmed feeling without it, or feeling then I have to have pressure to go find something. So, because a lot of times, if your plane's delayed or restaurants and stuff are closed and the hours of your travel, you have snacks. You feel, these are all things to help you feel more in control of your life, so you're not feeling so in the control of somebody else's, of random acts of what's going to happen. So let me see here if I didn't. So the other thing is to, what you're going to do is you're going to plan what you're going to do during your travel. So whether you're in a car with friends on the road, or whether you're in an airplane or on a bus, however that is, and even these I would say would go with being in the home of, where if you go back home to your parents or you're going to friends, these are all things. If you have a special diet, take along your dietary needs, or work it out that you're going to be able to go to the store and take care of yourself and not have to worry that they understand meeting your needs, right? So being prepared. So prepared is, again, getting all these things in order. You're following through on the list of your plan. And so, and a big part of this is your mindset, what I talked about before. So I want you, being prepared is thinking about, how do I want this travel and my holidays to feel like? What is it that I want to experience? How do I want to show up? And so in that process of discovering what that is, if you want to be creative, if you want it to be fun and joy filled, if you want it to be calm and peaceful, if you want it to be giving and nurturing, you can take any action. So you're the one that gets to decide. This is the whole thing, is like, put yourself in control rather than letting the world happen to you. You take control. This is so that you're setting yourself up again to have the experience, and as close to or even better than you can imagine. So holding in your mind that the travel is going to be interesting. Like, who are you going to sit next to on the plane or in the car? What conversations could you have? What would you like to be surprised by? What I'm fascinated by people, so I love watching people in the airports. That's one of my means of entertainment, and seeing people. But at the same time, I have a healthy boundary as a highly sensitive, that's important to me, because when I'm traveling, I'm an empath, and so I can feel other people's anxiousness and stress that they're having while traveling. And so it's really important. Part of being prepared is creating a healthy boundary around you, so you're not taking on and feeling everybody else's anxiety and overwhelm and stress and taking it on as if it's your own, that you can give it back to you. And I have videos on creating healthy boundaries, so you can either find that here in YouTube or on my blog at blog site on MarilynO'Malley.com. And I'll probably put a link in the blog post that this video goes in. So creating healthy boundaries, so you're not taking in everybody else's stuff and you're just managing you. That's the preparedness, right? You're managing you. You've eaten, you have food if you need it, you have the things that you're going to desire to take along on your trip that will comfort you, that will entertain you, that will keep you centered and grounded. And your mindset is in a place that it's looking for the things that you desire, rather than looking for the things that you hate or you don't want to experience, right? There's too many people, there's too much noise, everybody's in a bad mood. Nothing works out. What if I get stranded? What if the flight is canceled? What if there's a bad storm? What if? And if you have fear of flying, I'll be creating a fear of flying video also that will go along with this in the blog post, or you can find it here on YouTube. But so instead of projecting out into the world and into your space as you're getting closer to your travel time, those things that you really don't want to happen, focus on the things you do want to create in your life and how you're going to show up. How will you walk through that time? How will you care for that time? How will you feel? How will you feel, going to your families, the excitement that's coming, So, you might start feeling, I'm in control. I can do this. I got this. Little statements. I got this. This is going to be fun. This is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to this. I'm really excited to see who I meet on this travel and how fun I can make this. So that's one aspect. So that's right. So we've done plan and prepare, and so now pleasure. So a lot of times, if you're used to focusing on what you don't want, you can't just say don't focus on it and not have anything else to focus on. So now we need to create the pleasure aspect, start adding to the pleasure aspect, and you prepare by having these things in place so that it is a pleasurable experience for you. So one of the things that, like, say in an airport, or even if you're in a car with friends, if the world seems big and overwhelming to you at that time and you're a little bit overstimulated, wear a hat and sunglasses, because that can kind of bring your world in a little bit. And it just so you're not always seeing what's on the periphery. The other thing is that listen to music, or a positive meditation that can just keep playing, even though you're not going to be meditating while you're walking to the airport and stuff, but it's something that you feel really grounded and centered with. It makes you feel good. Or you can be playing Pharrell Happy or your favorite holiday music. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're the designer. You're the designer of this pleasure and this trip. And so putting your things in place will help you design it, create it, right? You're the creator. So you've got to focus and plan for this. So pick out music, have your headphones, everything's, together of what you need. And so the other thing is that, one is coloring book, particularly if you have a fear flying or something, give yourself something to do that's really centered and grounding, and go find yourself an adult coloring book or something like that, or a doodle book, whatever, again, whatever you like to do, or create music or something, write a song. If you're, whatever your creative aspect is that you want to do, bring your drawing materials there. If you want to, start drawing something or creating, but have something that you really enjoy, that that when you get lost in it, you forget about everything else, and you just can play, right? It's very playful. And when you're doing that type of work, or if you're a knitter or crocheter, that doing that type of work is very hypnotic and very grounding and centering. The other thing is you can use essential oils, so calming essential oils or invigorating ones that make you feel, again, alive and happy or joyful, or there's rosemary or jasmine or grapefruit. There's all different kinds. You just find the things that the one that you feel supported by, or bring a few, and you can just periodically, if you're feeling a little stressed, rub some on your like lemon or something too. You can just rub it on your wrists, or even do a dab under your nose. Buy really a good organic oil. The other is jewelry. I always wear like my Buddha beads and or bracelets, or so if I want it, and if I was nervous, I could take off one of the bands and just start going through the beads, and that just gives my mind something to do, and it calms me down. And but also when I'm wearing them, and it's a ritual for me. Like, I don't really wear these bracelets anywhere else that I go. I'll put them on, and it's also that I bought stuff that's very energetic, good energy bracelets. So I know it's like it's sort of like a protection for me. I put it on. The other thing is, I don't go through the airport. I get a pat down. I don't go through, if you travel a lot, like I tend to do, then I don't go through that X-ray machine or whatever. I go early. I sit, if there's going to be lines, you go early to the airport. You can always sit and read, walk around. I love going to the bookstore. You get water. You just set yourself up to know there could be great lines. There could be, it just give yourself time and comfort. The other thing is that I have a wrap that I travel with, so if it's cold, but it's also, I can put it around my neck if it's a long flight, I can sleep. It's got my energy in it, it's like really cozy cashmere, soft, and it's a great color. It's sort of a deep pink. It's just a really like loving, feeling, soothing, snuggly that I have. So that, again, that just calms me down. It makes me feel cozy, makes me feel at home. Let me see here what I'm missing. Yeah, I think those are a good book. Oh, magazines. I love to buy magazines that I normally don't buy. So something I allow myself to, splurge, picture magazines, decorating magazines, certain things that, just go and, that will take your mind away, that in a positive, fun way. Buy yourself a magazine too, or a fun book. No heavy duty books. If you're stressed out, you don't want to be reading about stressful things. or far out fantasy that's you know, if you have a fear of flying, you don't you don't want to put your mind in, you don't want your mind to be going in the you know, dangerous fantasy modes. You want yourself to be more calm and influenced by that. So I hope this helps. There's lots of other things, but again, I hope you get the whole process is that you can design this and create it whatever way that you want, so that your holiday travel is not stressful, or any time that you travel is not stressful. It just takes some planning. It takes time for you to prepare and focus on your pleasures and what would make you feel good, and bringing those little things. And again, the pleasure would be having snacks or little treats that that would help you in this way also. The other thing, one last thing I would say is that one thing that has really helped me, and particularly when we happen to just end up in the back rows and I feel like a sardine, is I use kava kava. I would look into kava kava, do your research, as long as there's no contraindications for you. I find it really helps me a lot when I start to get a little anxious. There are not a lot of in fact, there's hardly any side effects. But do your research on it, and you can go and ask it. You can get them at Whole Foods, or just ask somebody about it and learn about it, and try it before you travel, so you understand. I can take 2, and I'm just chill. I don't feel like I've done anything different. It's just I'm not anxious. And I can take 1 and be that way too. If you take 3, I'm wanting to go to sleep. So I think that's it. I wouldn't drink coffee or eat a lot of caffeine if I were you. That's not going to going to rev you up. And the whole thing is staying grounded and present during this experience. So, and making the most of it, and so that you can keep your holiday spirit, or that excitement that you have about where you're going and who you're going to see, or be excited about all the possibilities that are awaiting you, and positive possibilities. Okay, so I wish you all well, happy holiday or happy travels. And remember, you are in control, and you are in control. It doesn't matter what's happening around you. You are in control of how you show up with everything around you. And so you don't have to react. You can be proactive and have a wonderful time, even when some of the worst things happen. So if you're prepared, if you planned, and you have the things that mean something to you with you, that helps you create that space. Until next time, this is Marilyn O'Malley at MarilynO'Malley.com. Take care. And let me know what you think about this video. What's worked for you? What doesn't? Share your secrets, because all of this will help other highly sensitives get through the holidays. Bye.